Hello, this is Teresa Conway-Hayes in Napa, Idaho, and I am the Stampin' Bookkeeper. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and tonight I'm going to demonstrate a project that I just designed using the designer series paper from the Cup of Tea bundle. So actually it's a suite. It's the Tea Boutique suite, and so there is the paper, which, where does it list the paper? So it shows the paper right there, and it is called Tea Boutique 6x6 paper, designer series paper. And then I'm also going to be using the Tea Boutique cards. It's cards and envelopes, but I'm just going to be using the card for tonight. So I'm not going to be using the bundle with the stamp set and the dies, but that would be a lot of fun, because then I could stamp this little tea bag image and die cut that, or maybe this one. There's a lot of fun stuff that I could do with that. Add a little string, and that would be really super cute, but that's for another day. So and then, oh my gosh, I just saw this. I don't know if you could see this, but you can cut that. See that yellow teacup? You can cut that floral or botanical type die cut. That just gives the teacup dimension. That would be a lot of fun too. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm a little nervous on this one because I just designed the project, and I'm not sure I memorized what I did. So I've been playing with making these pockets, and so I went ahead and made one of these pockets with the designer series paper. Then I cut out some corners. I know there's a word for these, but I'm not sure what it is. And I used the Very Best Trio punch to cut out the triangles, and then I just cut out the inside of the triangles with a pair of scissors. So yeah, that's enough explanation for that part right now. I've got a couple other little goodies that I'm going to throw into the mix here, but let's just get past this right now. So I'm going to need a piece of cardstock to cut the circle out. I've used all of these pieces, so I am going to use this piece right here. No, this piece right here. And the first thing I need to do is to try and cut this in a circle. So I'm going to fold this in half. This is the first time I've done it this way, hoping that I can do a better job of cutting a circle that way. So before I get, oh no, okay, that's what I want to do. I was thinking that I was live on Facebook, but I'm actually live on YouTube tonight. So I was gonna start up my Facebook and then went, nope, 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 nope. It's not what we're doing tonight. Okay, hopefully that's going to be a nice circle. It looks like an ornament. So let's round this puppy out a little bit. I really like these pockets, so I'm either going to need to buy a compass so that I can try and cut better circles, or buy some pre-cut circles. Now it kind of looks like an egg. So before I was doing a better job of just freehand cutting circles. Who would have known? Okay, let's go with that. Might have got a little bit smaller than what I wanted, but we're gonna go with it. Now, we've already got a fold down the center, which is something that you need to do this pocket. Then you bring, let's see, I want to stay on screen, but I need to be able to see that fold. Okay, then you bring the sides in and you burnish it. Now, normally I would go that way, but then that makes the design upside down. So I'm going to go this way. And I'm bringing this up about 3/4 of the project of the paper. Wasn't quite sure how to say that. Okay, so now that I've got this all burnished, I'm going to take my soft suede ink and just a little ink pad, what do I call this? Dauber that I bought off of Amazon. And I'm going to ink the edges with soft suede ink. Now the reason why I started doing this instead of using my sponges or my daubers is because I've been doing a lot more inking and this is easier on my fingers. In fact, I've seen something else that I think might even be easier. So I don't want to say the A word, but the joints are getting kind of stiff and this just makes it a little bit easier on me. Gotten to the point where this joint right here, I think, or was it this one? I think it was this one. Anyways, locks up on me. So I have to be kind to my joints and take care of them. That ship has sailed. Okay, so now we open this up and we make a cut. So you've got this bottom part and this that is smaller, and then this top part. So the bottom part on the outside area you cut right where it's going to be fun trying to bring it up to the camera and stay steady and not cut myself because these bumblebee scissors are sharp. I feel like that was a little crooked, but it still works. It's pretty forgiving. This is a project that's pretty easy to make a mistake and it's forgiving. So now I am going to fold these sides in that are the top, and I'm going to fold the bottom up just to make sure I'm where I need to be. Yep, that looks good. So I use this Barely Art glue for when I need a very fine bead of glue. And then I use my Tombow when I want some real strong glue and I need some wiggle room. Oops. So I wasn't paying attention. That one it's hard to say what happened, but anyways, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the glue right here, so that I'm sure the glue goes right where I want it, because I want it to attach to this top part, and it ended up going off to the side. And that's part of that is because I'm not good at freehand cutting circles. Alright, so now we're going to take these little flaps and we're going to fold those in. Now, this is where I want to really show that this project is very forgiving. So I really like the way that flap folds in and meets with the bottom of the project, of the envelope, the pocket. But this one kind of goes up, so I'm going to refold this one and reburnish it, and it's going to look beautiful. And now I'm going to take a little bit of glue over here and a little bit of glue over here. Fold those in. Give it a press to get that glue to do its job. And then usually after I get to this point, I find that I want to ink some more. Okay, that looks good. Now this part of it is done. So it ended up being a little bit smaller than the other one because I thought I might do a better job by folding the paper in half when I was starting, whereas this one I cut the circle freehand the whole way, and I really don't like that bump the way it is, so I have to try and make it a little bit more round. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is make the corners. So I need a piece of brown cardstock, and I thought I had a piece over here. Well, I hate to cut into another piece. Here we go, I found it. Put it in there for safekeeping. So now I'm going to take the Very Best Trio punch, and I'm going to punch out a triangle. Now this is for turning this paper into a tag, but that's not what I'm doing. I just want the leftover piece, which are these two pieces right here. And then I'm going to take these and I'm going to hold them together. And this, you can laugh while you're watching me try to do this. I don't mind. And I'm going to take these scissors and try not to cut the tips of my fingers off. And I'm going to cut a little triangle right here in the center. Oops. And then I'm going to take my ink and ink that up. I like to get it all inked so that it looks vintage. I grew up around antiques. Everything that my family and extended family did had to do with some sort of antiques. My uncle had an antique store, and my dad did antique gas engines and steam engines and stuff like that. We went to shows, and I just have always lived that life. Go to stores that were called yesteryear. So vintage is very appealing to me. Put some glue on that and hold it down for a little bit. I was just looking to see if maybe that side would do better, and I almost think it will. Okay, let's ink that a little bit more. I like it. Okay, I wish that it was bigger like this other one, but that will come with time figuring out how to make circles a better size, more uniform, and that sort of thing. So that one was really cool because the little teacup went right in the middle. Happy accident. Okay, so now the next thing I did was I made a tag. And when I made the tag, it was a little bit long, so I love pockets. So I just brought the bottom up and made a pocket. So I glued the sides and there's a little pocket there. And then this fits in this pocket. So with these pockets, there's a pocket here, and then there's a tuck pocket here and a tuck pocket here. So let's go ahead and make a little pocket for this. Now we're going to do that with, I thought I had a scrap. Okay, I'll use the scrap right here. So my other pocket was, I think, 2 3/4. Well, what I gotta do is I gotta measure this. So this is 2 1/2. So I'm gonna try and make my tag 2 1/4 and see if that ends up being too thick, too wide. Oh no, that fits very nice. So this time I am going to trim it off while it's in here because this one is way. Okay, that's where I'm going to trim it. So let me make sure it's a straight trim. Yes. Now this time the bookmark is too thin to use this to get my square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can, no, I'm not going to do that. My strength of my fingers won't let me. So I am just going to snip a little here. And then to be precise, I'm going to see if I can do the trick of picking this up and putting this on here to get a precise cut that matches the cut that I just did without trimming off of some of my fingers. I did it. Okay. That's how they do it in the videos. That's the first time I've done that. So, sorry, I just had to take a moment and look and appreciate that I learned something. Okay. So now I am going to take this and I'm going to ink it. And I don't think I like all that white, so I might do some really, you know what? I think I want to use this side this time. I'm not really digging the colors. I didn't do a real good job of choosing a sheet that would color coordinate well, but I was trying to use what was on my desk. So when you do it, make sure you color coordinate the way that makes you happy. Oh, but I am going to use the trio punch to put the little hole at the top. I don't really want to call it a hole because it's not round, so it doesn't feel right to call it a hole, but it is a hole. Okay. Then that goes in there, and now I need to find some ribbon. Now, because of the move and because of space limitations, before I moved, one of the things that I made a decision to do to minimalize and compress things so that it would take up less space was I decided to take all my ribbon off of the spools. So that means I don't know what the names of the ribbon are. And I can tell by looking in the bag that some of these are retired ribbons, but I don't always know which ones are retired ribbons. So I'm going to play it safe, and I'm going to pull out this bite ribbon that I believe it's called seam binding ribbon. It's really cool because you can color it. I think this will be sharp enough to cut this. Maybe. And so I'm going to take this and thread that through. Might be too tiny for me to deal with. Sometimes I have to waste ribbon because I have to have longer pieces to deal with. Because tiny pieces I can't keep my fingers on. And one of the lovely attributes of living in a trailer is when somebody walks, the trailer shakes. It's all stuff that you get used to, and different strokes for different folks, and so far this seems to be a good fit for my husband and I. Okay, so I'm looking for see if I put my linen thread away, and I did. So I'm going to pull out a little bit of linen thread. So yeah, Now when I shake, when I'm doing a project, I'll say, oh, it's just the treller. It's not me, it's just the treller. I need to get my sharper scissors. I love these Fisker scissors for cutting string and ribbon and stuff like that. They just do such a good job. Okay, so I'm just gonna tie a little knot around here because I love linen thread with ribbon. I just think it looks so cool. Wished I had somebody here to hold that end. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to take my foam folder and curl this up a bit more. Very nice. Might be a little bit too long actually. Okay. So now we've got the pocket and the tag, and I didn't do another pocket on this tag. So we're caught up to what I did here. So now, I didn't do it on this one yet, but I came up with the idea to use some homemade ephemera on it. Let's see, where are they? So that's why I had that little scrap of paper, was because I cut out these teacups. And I know there's more than there, I just don't know where they went. Did they go in here? Nope. So here's another thing that I thought looked cute in this. This is something I did on a Facebook video earlier today. And so I just took this dandelion and I colored it with alcohol markers, Stampin' Blend alcohol markers. And then I used the retired Stampin' Up! Crystal effects on here. And so it's real shiny and pretty. Okay, that was a rabbit trail. I'm still trying to find those other cups. I went to all the trouble of preparing them before this video, and now they're missing. I don't know where they went. I could only find 2 of them, and I know I cut like 5 of them out of all this paper here, but they've disappeared. Okay, so moving on, we'll just use these 2 for an example. So we'll put that one there, and this one here, and let me grab my dimension. Do I want to do dimensions? Yeah, because I'm not doing a pocket for the tag, and as long as they're high enough. Oh, what I wanted to say was I fussy cut these out of here, and then I took my Stampin' Up! Punch. This one, I don't know if it says what size it is. Oh, this is the 1/8 inch one. I wrote it on the handle. And because there's no way I could fussy cut the inside of that out. But using that little punch just kind of makes me happy. That's enough for me. So we'll put that one right there. And then I'll put this one right there. And then let's grab some Stella. One of these is empty. That one's empty. But I keep that one to paint with. And we just put some Stella on here. Make it look shiny and pretty. Now, here's the next part of it. We're going to take this and we're going to put it on one of those card bases. So remember, I showed you in the catalog that there was this T-Boutique DSP, and then there were these T-Boutique cards and envelopes. And so I'm going to take one of those cards and I am going to attach this to the card. This has so much potential. So I got to be careful. Let's just take the tag out so I don't goof, because I only want the glue to be on the back of the pocket, not on the tag, because the tag is supposed to come in and out. And I'm just going to position mine a little bit slanted, not too much, because I don't want the tag to hang off the side of the card. That's what I wanted. Okay, I'm going to hold this down for a couple more minutes. And then I don't have anything right now, but look in your stash when you do this. You could cut something out and you could put something in the tuck pocket. So there's this little tuck here and this little tuck here. Like that. I would never do that, but that's just to show you how it could work. So later I will look at this again and I will see, ooh, I know what would be fun. I think it would be fun to stamp these lemons, stamp a couple of lemons, and put those in the little tuck pocket, or maybe maybe a leaf. So that will be fun to experiment with that. And then the next thing, let's see, I do need to do one more thing. So I'm gonna go get the stamp set. It's called Cup of Tea, and I have my stamps in alphabetical order. Here it is. So I'm going to stamp this thank you real quick. So if you're new to my channel, thank you for visiting. I hope that what I shared today is going to be helpful. And if you're new and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That helps me know that people are interested, and I'm trying to get enough subscribers so that why am I trying to get enough subscribers? So that I can I can't talk and look for something at the same time. I'm looking for white cardstock so that I can have a custom URL. This is a photopolymer stamp. They stamp very nicely. And I'm going to use Memento ink. Memento ink is a product sold by Stampin' Up. And because this is a photopolymer, I'm going to grab my piercing mask and put it underneath my paper. You can see I was doing some Christmas card making, stamping those beautiful berries. And with photopolymer, you want to press straight down, and then you just want to hold it for a couple seconds to give the ink a chance to adhere to the paper. Pretty good. But this is a brand new stamp, and I think I can do a little bit better. Sometimes for the photopolymer, I'll take them in when they're new. I'll just kind of do this to kind of, you know, just get them used to having ink on them. I do not rock. Once in a while I will rock photopolymer a little bit. That looks better. You just have to play with your stuff and get to know it intimately. That's what I always say. Okay, now I want a circle punch. Nope. Yep, I think this is the right size. Yes, that's the size I wanted. Okay, so the reason why I turned it like that was to get my finger off of the slide that locks this punch, and that's for any punch. So I don't think that the circle punches are available anymore. I will always have my circle punches because I love them. And so now we're going to take this and we're going to ink it. And where are we going to put it? How about right there? And how about let's use some dimensionals. Normally I'd use the bigger ones, but these little minis were here, so I will use them. So I told my husband when I showed him this project that I said, well, first I asked him, do you have an observation that you would like to make about this project? And he looked at it blankly and didn't have an observation. I said, this is Stampin' Up meeting junk journaling. And that's where I got the idea for this pocket. So about 3 months ago, I don't know how, but I really started to get introduced to junk journaling, and I got bit by the bug, and I really enjoy doing it now. So I've always loved the stamp sets that Stampin' Up has that is more vintage, like Very Versailles and Something Grunge, and then there's more. Ranunculus Rose is vintage like, and I don't even know if I said that right. I need to have names that I can pronounce. So this is what I've got. I hope that you like it, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, because I do read all the comments and I am very responsive. Go ahead, try me and see. Even if it's just to say, hi, I'm from blah blah blah, wherever you are from, I appreciate that too. And if you have not done so far and you feel inclined to do so, would you please go ahead and subscribe and even hit that bell so that you know when I am live. I have a new video. Not 100% sure how that works. Okay, so thanks.